What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Half Price Concessions Podcast weekly update for Monday, May the 10th, 2021. What we do on these episodes is we just jump in here real quick, tell you what's racing where in the state of North Carolina, both dirt and asphalt racing, tell you where your favorite touring series are going to be, and a few other recommendations and some scripture to close out the episode. So let's jump right into it. Friday night racing this week on asphalt. Ace Speedway, after a couple of back-to-back weeks of racing, will be off this week. Ace Speedway returns to action on May the 21st. Wake County Speedway in Raleigh races on Friday. They have twin races for the Chargers. Mod 4s are also racing along with Southern Ground Pounders and other support divisions. Saturday asphalt racing in North Carolina. Bowman Gray Stadium in Winston-Salem has open practice on Saturday for all divisions. The grandstands are closed to your race fans. Their season opener will be June the 5th. Caraway Speedway down in Sophia is having a monster truck nitro tour on Friday and Saturday this weekend. There's also freestyle motocross and street bikes as a part of the show. It's on Friday and Saturday at Caraway Speedway. More info is on carawayspeedway.com and also on monstertrucktour.com. Hickory Motor Speedway up in Newton has the Nights of Destruction on Friday and Saturday night. Tickets are limited, and at last check, they were still available for Friday. Saturday, they said they may have a limited number of tickets available per the tourofdestruction.com website. And if you don't know what the Tour of Destruction is, it's kind of like they got school bus racing, demolition derby, monster trucks, motorcycle stunts. It's kind of like a nitro circus kind of show. It's pretty cool stuff, but you can check that out at tourofdestruction.com. More info on Hickory Motor Speedway's website as well. Orange County Speedway in Rougemont is off this week. They'll be back May the 22nd. Tri-County Motor Speedway up in Granite Falls has late models, and it's the Tri-County Ace Speedway Late Model Dual Showdown. Plus, they have twin races for their limited late models up at Tri-County this weekend. Southern National Motorsports Park in Lucama is off until June 12th when ARCA comes there. Carteret County Speedway in Swansboro has the Croatan Spring Jam, featuring racing for late models, street stocks, U-Cars, Bombers, Mini Cups, and Junior Mini Cups. Coastal Plains Raceway in Jacksonville is off this week. They are back May the 29th. Dirt racing on Friday night. Carolina Speedway in Gastonia has their weekly Lightning late models, plus they have twin features for their street stocks. Dixieland Speedway down in Elizabeth City, North Carolina has the Virginia Sprint Series, plus they have a 40-lap All-Star late model feature paying $2,000 to win. And then Tri-County over in Brasstown, North Carolina, the western part of the state, they are racing on Friday night their 602 Red Clay Series that's paying $1,000 to win. Plus, they'll have super late models and limited/crate late models racing on Friday. Saturday dirt racing in North Carolina. 311 Motor Speedway outside of Madison has the Donald Tucker Memorial for the Blue Ridge Outlaw late models. That is a double points event for that tour. County Line Raceway in Elm City, North Carolina in Eastern NC. They are hosting the Southeast Dirt Modified Series. That's the UMP mods. $1,500 to win, plus weekly steelhead late models and other weekly divisions. Fayetteville Motor Speedway is off. They will return May the 22nd. Friendship Motor Speedway in Elkin has the Fuel Racing Series, the I-95 late models. They will be there for a main event, plus 602 Modifieds and Renegades. And Halifax County Motor Speedway down in Littleton has late models and $2,500 to win, $250 to start, Cajun mini stocks. Big money prizes and long haul awards are up for grabs. Could not find a website for Cajun mini stocks, but they do have a Facebook page, and Cajun is spelled K-A-J-U-N. Cajun mini stocks having a $2,500 to win main event at Halifax County Motor Speedway. Back on the other side of this break with more info, you're listening to the Half Price Concessions Podcast.
Planning on doing some digging in your yard? Your simple backyard project could quickly turn dangerous. Buried underground cables and lines are just inches below the surface, so don't forget to make one very important call to 811. Calling 811 is the first step in having your buried utilities marked so you know where it is safe to dig. 811 is free, it's fast, and it's the law. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
This episode of the Half Price Concessions Podcast is brought to you with support from Performance Center Racing Warehouse. In addition to being the home of the PRW chassis, Performance Center offers in-house setups and consulting, plus suspension and chassis pull-down analysis along with their fabrication shop that can reclip your race car with the fastest turnaround in the industry. Give Roger Johnson and the Performance Center team the chance to earn your racing business by calling them today at 704-838-1400 or visit them online at performancecenter.com. That's PERFORMANCENTER.com. Welcome back to the Half Price Concessions podcast as we roll on with our weekly update for Monday, May the 10th, 2021. Let's take a look at a touring series and see where our favorite touring series are going to be for tours based out of the state of North Carolina. On the asphalt side of things, the Solid Rock Carriers Cars Tour late models are off until May 22nd at Caraway. The Cars Tour super late models are off as well. They won't come back until July 3rd when they head to Jennerstown in Pennsylvania. The Carolina Pro late models and Carolina Crate Modifieds are off this weekend as well. They'll be back May 29th at Hickory. The Smart Modified Tour takes off. They will not be back until July 3rd at Caraway Speedway, their traditional break in the schedule to make room for Bowman Gray Stadium. Southeast Super Trucks are off as well. They will be back May the 22nd at Lonesome Pine Raceway up in Coburn, Virginia. On the dirt side of things, the Carolina Clash Super Late models are off. They will be back May 21st when they go to Carolina Speedway. The Fuel Late models, I-95 Late models, they will be at Friendship Motor Speedway in Elkin, North Carolina for a 3,000 win main event, so definitely worth checking out. The Southeast Dirt Modified Series, the UMP Mods, they are racing for $1,500 to win at County Line Raceway in Elm City, North Carolina, down in the eastern part of the state. The Steel Block Bandits late models are off until May the 22nd when they will be at 311. And then the Blue Ridge Outlaw late models will be at 311 Speedway in Pine Hall for a double points bonus race for that series. Your out-of-state recommendations for this weekend: asphalt racing on Saturday. South Boston Speedway is hosting First Responders Night, in which if you are a first responder and you bring your ID to the Speedway, you get free admission. They have twin features for late models, twin features for limited sportsmen, plus pure stocks and Hornets, so that'll be pretty cool if you're a first responder. You basically get in to watch some free racing. On the dirt side of things, I've got a couple recommendations for you. Friday night, if you want to drive north to Virginia at Natural Bridge Speedway in Natural Bridge, Virginia, the Ultimate Super Late Models are hosting a 5,000 to win main event for their Dirt Supers. If you want to head west into Tennessee, Friday, May the 14th, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series will be at 411 Motor Speedway in Tennessee for a 12,000 to win main event. So if you're up for the drive, you're going to see the best in the country right there. On Saturday, if you want to travel to the east again into Virginia, the Ultimate Super Late Models will head to Virginia Motor Speedway in Jamaica, Virginia, one of the nicest dirt facilities you can ever go to. It is first class, top of the notch. You'll feel like you're at the dirt track at Charlotte. You'll feel like you're at a NASCAR track. But Ultimate Super Late Models at Virginia Motor Speedway at Jamaica, Virginia for a 20,000 win race on Saturday. Those are your out-of-state recommendations. Back in just a minute with more of your weekly update. This is the Half Price Concessions Podcast.
Hey podcast listeners, I'm Keith Montgomery of Montgomery Performance Consulting, and I want to help speed up your racing program. Whether you're racing dirt, asphalt, or road course, put my years of experience to work for you. Our pull-down services will help find where you're giving up speed so you can unload faster and run up front. We also offer trackside consulting and data testing to help you find speed and balance. And with our central location in Burlington, North Carolina, you can come to us for discounted rates on pull-down sessions. Call me today at 336-382-1835. Like us on Facebook at Montgomery Performance Consulting, and let us help your racing program today.
The Half Price Concessions podcast is brought to you in part by our friends at Accelerated Graphics. Whether you need a wrap for your race car, signs for your business, banners for your special occasion, decals, apparel, or anything else, you need to call Jason Turner at Accelerated Graphics. Call him at 336-266-5653. Visit him online at www.worth2tenths.com. You can also find him on Facebook by searching for Accelerated Graphics. Anything you need to give your racing career, your personal business, or anything you need a nice, clean, professional, exciting look, call Accelerated Graphics today. Welcome back to the Half Price Concessions podcast as we roll on with our weekly update for Monday, May the 10th, 2021. This week's YouTube recommendation, I'm sending you over to my buddy Brandon Mettler and his racing page on YouTube, Bam's Racing Videos. Brandon's got a lot of cool content on there, but one thing I'm going to steer you guys to is his Left Behind series that features abandoned ghost tracks. He's got 5 episodes currently up on his YouTube. The link in this episode description is for his episode 2, which features North Wilkesboro Speedway, Iredell, and Taylorsville Speedway. So be sure to click the link in the show notes to check out this episode and more from Bam Racing Videos YouTube channel. Your weekend pay-per-view recommendation for this weekend, a couple of good options out there. Pit Road TV, the people that broadcast the Solid Rock Carriers Cars Tour, the Southeast Super Trucks, and a lot of other cool stuff. Pit Road TV has the World Karting Association karts at Triple T Raceway in St. Paul's, North Carolina on Saturday at 7 p.m. So if you're a fan of kart racing, they got a WKA race on Pit Road TV Saturday at 7 o'clock. MAV TV Plus, the new kind of arm of Lucas Oil Racing, whatnot. MAV TV Plus has the Lucas Oil late models at Talladega Short Track on May the 15th at 7:30 p.m. So definitely going to want to check that out. MAV TV Plus has Lucas Oil late models at Talladega Short Track on May the 15th at 7:30 p.m. Your scripture recommendation for this week, going to the back of the Bible, the book of James, chapter 4, verses 14 and 15. Whereas you do not know what will happen tomorrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we shall live and do this or that. That's James chapter 4, verses 14 and 15. As James is one of those Bibles in the New Testament that was kind of aimed toward the Jews or the Israelites, if you will, as Jesus had already come on the scene, he had already been crucified and he had risen from the dead, and James is teaching people, basically, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You can't predict the future no matter how hard you try. What is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away. Instead, what you ought to be saying is, if the Lord wills, we shall live and do this or that. So James is trying to remind people, hey, you don't know what's coming tomorrow. Only God does. So what you need to be doing is trying to live in God's will, and you need to be seeking God's will for the path for your life, not just, once in a while. You need to seek God's will for your life. Saturday, May the 15th, this weekend, is Armed Forces Day. It's a chance to say thank you to the men and women of our United States Armed Forces that celebrate all 5 branches of the U.S. military, the Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, and Coast Guard. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to you for your service to our great country, and we sincerely thank you for doing it. That's going to do it for this episode of the Half Price Concessions Podcast Weekly Update. Thank you for listening. Make sure you subscribe to the Half Price Concessions Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, or wherever you're listening to this episode. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure you leave us a rating and review. That really helps us out a bunch. Our new interview episode will be up hopefully by Friday. I hope to get that posted by Friday morning, featuring Ace Speedway racer Jamie Orange. So be on the lookout for that episode to drop on Friday morning. If we missed something, or you just want to reach out to us and leave us a comment, give us a suggestion, you can email the show directly at halfpricedconcessionspodcast@gmail.com. You can like us on Facebook at the Half Price Concessions Podcast Facebook page. You can shoot us a comment or message on there as well. We'll respond to those as well. That's going to do it for us. From all of us here at the Half Price Concessions Podcast, my name is Tyler Williams, saying good night, God bless you, and thank you for being a fan of racing.